Not too bad, and you?
All good, thank you. How's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad so far. How's yours been?
All good, man. All good, thank you. Um, Perfect. So whereabouts in the UK are you based?
I'm from Bristol.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Not too far off. My parents are in near. I don't know if you know Crawley, Gatwick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Well, it's like completely down the other side of the completely down the UK. But yeah, perfect. How long have you been in the coaching PT and space for?
So I was doing it alongside my other job for a little while, just kind of coaching friends and stuff. And then I quit my other job a couple of months ago to kind of go all in on this. So yeah, in total, probably yeah, over a year now.
Nice. And then now you're PTing full time, like in a gym, or
No, it's all online because yeah, as I said, like I was doing another job alongside and like trying to build it up at the same time and finding I was really like struggling for time. Um, so I saved up enough and
nice.
jumped in and now I'm doing this. Yeah.
Amazing. That's really, really cool. So how are you finding it? How are you finding that transition? How long have you been full time in the online space for?
Only a couple of months now. But yeah, it's I'm enjoying it, but yeah, it's tricky. And I'm struggling with a few of my systems at the minute.
Okay. A few months. Okay, cool. What's the stuff you're finding tricky?
So mainly it's like what I should be spending most of my time on. Because at the minute I'm trying to like build up obviously um my coaching side of things. So having like the best um service and like educating my clients and stuff like that. But then also the marketing side of it as well and like try to build up my followers and then turn those followers into clients and stuff. So it's kind of like I feel like I don't really know what I should be spending most of my time on and how to yeah most effectively build my business.
Okay, cool. And just so I get like a number, like a rough idea in terms of where you're at, like how many calls are coming? Like, are you taking people onto calls and then, or how does that all look for you at the moment? Are you taking calls and then,
It's
uh,
rare at the minute, to be honest.
okay, have you, so would you what's the process you try and follow? Do you try and get people on a call, or do you, like, I know some people sell in DMs, like a program, or in messages, or via email. It's like 100 different ways to do it. So I'm just trying to see how you're currently doing and what's working well for you.
So I've done a couple of sales calls, but then also like some people I've sent like a Loom video to, so I've got like a presentation and I could just go through like everything that I do and then send them like a Loom video.
Cool, perfect. And how do you find that? What's working well for you?
I think sales calls are better, but again, I haven't done many of them, so
Cool. Okay. And then from a program perspective, how many clients do you have now at the moment that you're working?
only five at the minute.
Cool, nice. And they all come from, are they all coming from Instagram?
They're like yeah, they're Instagram and also like friends and friends of friends and referrals and stuff.
Cool. Amazing. Um, Perfect. So the biggest challenge, just so I can understand, is almost more just scheduling for you and your productivity and your systems in terms of like what you need to be spending your time in, because you've gone fully online, for like all in. You just have lots of time. It's just making sure it's utilized correctly, would you say, or would it be something?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Cool. Okay. I'm with you. And then have you had help with it before in terms of systems or working with someone?
No, not really.
Cool. Okay. Um, Perfect. In terms of the content side of things, like, how does that look for you now? Like, what are you doing for that?
So I've kind of I've done a lot of research on it because to start with, I didn't really know what to do at all. Um, and yeah, I've got like a big Notion sheet and I'm kind of splitting it up into a few different topics and then trying to work on different pain points for my kind of client that I want to attract, and then from there trying to figure out like content ideas and um, plan a few videos ahead. So I've got like maybe 2 weeks worth of videos done ahead of time and then scheduled. And I'm trying at the minute to post about 3 times a week. Um, but yeah.
Cool. Okay. Um, Perfect. And then 3 times a week, is that just all on Instagram? Any other content you're doing? Anything else like that?
No, just all on Instagram.
Cool. Okay. So to me, dude, if I'm what I would say that comes to mind is a couple of things. I'll just jot down a few ideas for you. I think the system that I we work on with clients the most in terms of getting that working would be something along the lines of this. Can you see my screen all good?
Yeah.
So the system we find works really well for clients at the moment in like right now, because Instagram, TikTok, social media just changes all the time. Right now, one of the easiest systems that the lowest cost to run is just this. It's just content like for you would be IG content, and focus on a few different pillars with this in terms of the content. You've got the ones you're posting now, which is good. So the ones that's like pain point based content and about your program, stuff like that. But we also need to have content in here which is around like more viral based content, which is just there to grow the audience, get new people on a page, and then they'll see this content, which is the pain point content. They'll see the ones about your offer, and they'll warm up to your program and how it works, etc. So as long as the stuff here in terms of the offer itself is really, really clear, this kind of makes it a lot easier. And then from there, what I would say would be the biggest thing is like systems wise is just get really good in terms of um, conversations and like DM conversations as a system, and to get really,
Mhm.
really proficient with booking calls, and booking these people into calls as well. So that's kind of what would be the biggest stuff. This alone, you should you should be able to easily be booking 3 to 5 calls per week from just this kind of process here, as long as this content here is pulling people in, getting lots of new followers, like lots of new attention on the page. And then this
Mhm.
content here does a few things. The rest of the content is like builds know, like, and trust, like personal content, all of this, as long as this can build like know, like, and trust here. And then here you just have really good conversations in the back end of DMs and you booking them into calls. That alone would be massive for you,
Okay.
is what I would say. What are your thoughts? Have you tried stuff like this before? Like, where are you at with it?
Yeah. What would you call viral based content?
So just content that, and it varies from niche to niche, like nutrition, like content at the moment, like nutrition in general does really, really well. A big thing we need to look at is just making sure like it's viral, but it's also like content that's purely there to grow your audience, just get
Right.
followers, get likes, attention, comments. But the biggest thing is like making sure it's people that are also people you want to work with. And
Okay.
it's actually getting likes and comments of the right people, is what I
Yeah.
would say. Who are the type of people you want to work with?
So ideally, people who like beginners, basically, people who are kind of new to the gym, want to lose some weight, want to tone up, males or female. Yeah, and around 18 to 35, 40.
Yeah, perfect. All good on that side. So I definitely think there's content there, like in terms of just seeing and finding out exactly, like looking at, we have a system for this anyway with AI that finds it, but just looking at what content is doing well already in that space. And it's
Okay.
going to the audience, because if you have people that are following you, actively following a page, then you can easily um then have a conversation off the back of it in the DMs with them, and then find out if they have something you can help with, and then move that person into a call into that point on as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, where do you find is the struggle with it at the minute with that side of things?
Um, I I've got loads of ideas of like content stuff. I've got hundreds of ideas. It's more getting those ideas into reels that don't take too much time to make and that also fits the profile of what I want to do. Um, and yeah, is going to pull more followers in because I'm finding at the minute I'm posting, but I don't really gain many followers from it. If
Yeah, I think it's just it sounds like it's just the content, to be fair. It's just like there's not enough viral style content on a page. There's more viral content, like it will always work. It always build followers, it always gain followers. Like we've had people, one of our clients has gone from like very, very new account, 500 followers to 125K just posting a nutrition content in 2 months. So like it
well,
will always work. Like it's not not everyone will go at that pace. But if the content's good and it gets people liking and commenting and it's useful, like the biggest thing now, in my opinion, is like content and the way it is like it if the hook of the video is good, people will watch it and it will be pushed to more people because like the explore page on Instagram and TikTok doesn't favor just people that follow you because of the for you page. You have to that you just see random people's content anyway.
hmm
If your content's good, they'll click on your profile. If your profile's good and your story's good, they'll follow off the back of it, is what I would
right,
say.
yeah, okay. So hook is like the most important thing.
Yeah, for the viral style content, it'll be massive.
Okay.
And reels in general would be massive for that.
hmm
It is what I would say there. Um, anything else your side? Anything else you're seeing on in terms of content or the way you're running it?
Um, yeah, for me, it's mainly just getting the ideas into reels quickly enough so that I've still got time to kind of build my coaching side of things as well at the same time. And yeah, getting a bit more traction from it as well.
Yeah, how long are you spending from a content perspective at a minute in terms of creating that?
So probably around 2 days a week, I'll do like planning and then creating content, maybe 2 to 3 days a week, really.
Yeah, okay. I think that needs to for you massively be streamlined as well because 2 to 3 days a week is good. But we like to get the page to pop off, you almost need to streamline it so it's much faster from a
hmm
editing and creating perspective. And then also I think the ultimate goal is just get to that system where it's 1 day a week and it's like every day worth of content is done by that, is
Yeah,
what I'd say. Um, and almost like daily content would be massive because then you can also like get more viral content while also building up know like and trust.
yeah,
3 times a week is just it's just not enough, to be honest, in terms of growing up like followers of the page, but also building a know like and trust fast enough
right.
is
Would
what I
you
would say.
say that they'd all have to be real based content or um could like if I was posting more than 3 times a week, could some of those posts be like simpler, like one picture, two picture carousel thing?
Yeah, for sure. Like I think the ones you have now with the whiteboard and the nice editing, the with the thing is really good. Like the way you're doing them are really really good. So the quality of those is perfect. I don't think you need to change massively around that. I do think some of it could be simpler for sure. So some of it could
hmm
be carousel based. Some of it could be more client like storytelling based or like a single picture with a long caption. You
Right,
can
yeah, yeah.
to start things off for sure.
So how many reels do you think? Because reels are the thing that takes me the most time planning to film and get done. Um, how many reels like per week or per month should I kind of be aiming for?
How long you say it's taking long? Like how long is it taking to do one reel a minute?
It depends because I try and shoot them in batches. So I try and do like if I'm gonna do like some gym content, I'll try and go to the gym and film like 2 or 3 reels. Or if I'm doing something nutrition style, I'll try and film a couple at the same time. So yeah, it's probably taken me about 2 to 3 days a week for like planning some stuff, then going out and filming it, and then editing it as well is taking me a while to kind of get everything done.
Yeah, I think like the biggest thing is more like overall more volume of content will give you like quicker feedback, like much
Hmm.
quicker because yeah, and you move forward a lot quicker because at this pace now you're posting 3 times a week, for example. Um, you post every day, you'd move forward twice the speed. So like that can definitely be done and it can be done quicker. So if the editing and the actual idea generation is quicker and it's clear, so you know exactly the audience, the offer, and how that works, and it's all really well mapped out beforehand. The
Hmm.
filming of the content and coming up with the ideas would also be a lot quicker. Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
but yeah, it's one of those like for sure. I think even if it's like the same amount of talking videos and the rest is done, I think you could do in a day. To be fair, like with the
Mm.
right system.
Okay. Is there a specific number I should be aiming for, like per week, like real wise? Is there a specific number?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily know without looking at your insights on the back end, like what works and what doesn't. Um, 2 to 3 reels a week would be good, and then the rest can be more kind of like long form. But the best thing I would say to start off with is just your offer and the target audience and mapping that out, and just having almost a system to push for daily content and then using DMs off the back of it to
Okay.
have coaching style relationships
Yeah.
is what I would say.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think I've kind of got the basics of a lot of it. Like I kind of know the ideas I want to do. I kind of know how to shoot and film it. It's just speeding everything up so I can do it at a much faster pace and get more volume out there and get more people onto my page and things like that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because like with clients, we would go, we'd just say like, here's the system, like here's how to do that, like daily content, and like you getting out to that speed, you're almost already like getting behind a lot in terms of the content because people that post daily would be way more likely to be seen. Um, so I would say that would be the biggest thing. It's just more like faster content and just getting that working really well, and then actually conversations with the back of it and more volume of conversations, but more volume of conversation would be much easier when you
Right.
get like 5, 10 new followers a day at least with the content.
Okay. Great.
Is what I would say.
Cool. Yeah.
Perfect, man. Yeah, that's the biggest things I could think of. If you wanted, like, was you looking for one-to-one help with it at the minute, or
Um, it kind of depends on price, really.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, what's your budget? Like, did you have anything in mind, or was now not the right time? Like, either is fine. I just wanna because I definitely think we can like I can help with moving that forward a lot quicker, but it's just entirely up to like where you feel you at with it.
Um, well, obviously at the minute because I'm not making much, my budget is pretty small. So yeah, I don't have a specific number in mind, but yeah, it kind of
Yeah,
just depends.
yeah. I completely hear that. The biggest thing I would just say is like completely as an outsider looking in, um, it's one of those like chicken, almost like chicken or egg kind of like weird scenarios. But like it's with what you're doing now, I think you definitely need to speed it up and you need to change the strategy because it's like I think you definitely need to change the strategy if you want to get to more clients quicker. Objectively speaking, I think if you keep doing the same things, I'm not too sure you'd get any followers or quickly enough to have people to message.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
definitely think you need to change that to move things forward quicker and get that working. I'm
Right.
not too sure where the calls and the clients are coming from at the moment, but yeah, three times a week and then the DMs, like how many calls are coming in at the moment with it?
Is rare. Like maybe once every couple of weeks.
Cool. Yeah, you need to like, and I know it's easier said than done, but you like once every couple of weeks, and then yeah, you just need like the volume of it needs to be better from a content perspective for sure. And then I guess the tricky bit for you is like um and then do they sign up those ones every couple of weeks, or what's that like from, is that all from Instagram?
Uh, some from Instagram, some like friends of friends and things like that.
Cool. So like one a month comes from Instagram, or
Maybe, yeah,
yeah, okay. So yeah, to me, like that's almost like concerning a little bit, because I think for you, like within a couple of weeks with the right kind of system, the right content, you should be like you should 100% be able to book calls from just Instagram alone.
hmm
So I definitely think if you continue doing what you're doing now, you'd almost like run out of runway to make it
yeah,
work in a way. So I definitely think you need to look at the content. You need to look at the frameworks for that. Like it'll literally be content to grow the page. You need to get better, and also just DMs and messages off the back of it to actually book
yeah.
into calls would be the two things I'd look at, kind of
Okay,
almost mastering or just improving as a system.
yeah,
Because if you don't change anything at the moment, the way you're running it, I think you just run out of runway, to be honest.
yeah, yeah. I know I need something to change and to start, yeah, getting faster at making content and pulling people in.
Yeah. And like that's the biggest thing I'd say is like you've got, and the hardest thing sometimes, especially when you're doing it on your own, is like you don't know what good is necessarily. And I know that because I've done the same mistake myself. Like you don't know what good is, so you just
Yeah,
kind of try things. But if you haven't got like almost like your clients, if you haven't got a standard to know what to aim for, you see like Gary Vee and you see all of these people, you don't know what the standard is because everyone's just posting content. Everyone's like, and it looks, the content's good, but you just need a more volume, and then you just need more calls actually being booked.
right.
Um, but yeah, that's kind of the biggest metric. And then the metric, that the way to achieve that is through content and through DMs, is I'd say.
Okay, yeah, great. So you think realistically, what kind of time frame are we looking at to start booking more people more regularly and actually getting clients?
You can get clients in a month with content and with DMs. You can get a client in a month, I'd say. Um, you can get calls booked in within November just by getting the volume fixed and getting that working well, like for sure. And like I know because if you want to scroll like like a long time, I've posted fitness content. I've gotten clients with fitness content like um 7 8 years ago. It's like I have made all the mistakes. Being a personal trainer, I've made similar mistakes, and it's like sometimes I almost wished someone almost said to me earlier, like what I'm doing wasn't what I needed to be doing to move forward. And it's like
Yeah.
similar for you at the moment. It's like if you want it to move forward and you want it to make it work, you can, but it's just that your time where it's spent now isn't going to get you there. If that makes sense.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so just that, just more kind of buying conversations and frameworks on in DMs and Instagram in general, just getting yourself in that position and just getting that system that works, you can make it work, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, great.
Perfect, man. Yeah, all good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. Um, anything else you had for me?
Not particularly. I mean, the only other things are like I struggle with posting stories every single day because I just find like I don't really know what to post on my stories and how to get
Yeah.
them more engagement and stuff.
Stories are good for more, almost just documenting more, like using it for two things. One is just having it almost like a daily sequel, like a thing to build know, like, and trust. So just documenting who you are, what you do, to being the inspirational figure that people want to achieve would be massive. And then using that, so almost building your stories around your lifestyle would be massive. You want to tell stories. So the way we do it with clients is we'd look at what their day to day and their schedule is and their lifestyle, what are the most like appealing and motivational stuff about it, and just using that for daily stories on Instagram. And then in between, just having like mini breaks for adverts and stuff like that, like where it's like, if you want to find out more about my coaching, here's how you can do that.
Right.
Works
Okay.
really well.
Cool.
Um, yeah, that's the biggest stuff. I've also sent you the viral content thing on WhatsApp training.
Okay, great.
Um, yeah, that's the biggest things I'd look at. And I'd even say like the quickest way to change it, like be it with anyone, like any program out there, obviously just check some research and stuff beforehand. But I'd definitely say getting help and changing the strategy from me, like not even me, but anyone would be that you trust would be massive to move things.
Okay. Yeah, great. Yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely need something to change.